Hello folks, welcome to Raaonline. This is Dr. Kapil R, currently working as a lecturer in the Department of Prosthodontics, Sri Ramchandra Faculty of Dental Sciences, Sri Ramchandra Institute of Higher Education and Research. Today's topic will be on restoration of endodontically treated teeth under the unit fixed partial denture. So the contents of this presentation will be introduction, conditions advocating endodontic treatment, meaning what are the conditions that will require this root canal treatment, principles of restoring endodontically treated teeth, what are the various treatment options that are available that are known to us, what is the rationale for a post, ideal requirements of a post and post classification, and then we'll move on to tooth preparation for a post, preparation of post space, and then we'll move on to post cementation, and then finally cores and post crowns. Introduction. So what is this endodontic treatment? So endodontic treatment is nothing but removal of the vital pulp from a natural teeth. So what happens when a patient undergoes a root canal treatment? So this root canal treatment will lead to loss of vitality of the teeth, and this will directly lead to a decrease in physical properties due to the loss of collagen bound water. Because of this reason, the tooth becomes weak and it is more prone to fracture. The poor resistance to fracture can be attributed to a lot of reasons. So let's see what are the reasons. So some of the reasons are loss of tooth structure because of access preparation, because of the caries. The caries would have destroyed a lot of the tooth structure, and the absence of pulp and absence of moisture, that is loss of moisture, and then effect of the root canal preparation and loss of mechanoreception. All these reasons will lead to decrease in the resistance of the tooth to resist fracture. Okay, so the tooth will be more prone to fracture. Basically, after your endodontic treatment, your tooth will become more prone to fracture. So in this picture, you can see an endodontically treated tooth that has a permanent filling on it. So this tooth will go on for a crown. In most of the scenarios, after your endodontic treatment, if there is good amount of tooth structure, okay, that is present, then this core is enough, and after this core you can prepare the tooth and a crown can be given on top of this. The complete coverage crown is the most ideal restoration to protect the remaining natural teeth in an endodontically treated teeth, like how I told you in the previous slide. As coronal tooth structure is mostly damaged, the crown requires a core or a post and a core for retention, depending on the extent of damage and location of the tooth. So let's see what are the conditions that will advocate an endodontic treatment. Swelling near the affected tooth, tooth that will hurt significantly when you bite down on it, when you touch it, or when you push on it, a tooth that is sensitive to heat, a tooth that is sensitive to cold, and this sensitivity to cold lasts for longer than a couple of seconds, a tooth that is discolored, and also a broken tooth. All these conditions will require a root canal treatment. After your root canal or your endodontic treatment, the patient will have to go for a crown or a post and a core. After that, they will go for a crown. So what are the principles of restoring endodontically treated teeth? You do a restoration on top of an endodontic treated teeth to provide a good coronal seal, to protect and conserve the remaining tooth structure, to satisfy functional and aesthetic needs, to reduce stresses, okay, and these stresses that will be given to the tooth should be favorably distributed with the remaining tooth structure. So it's a very simple sentence, looks complicated, but let me go through this again. Reduction of stresses with favorable distribution within remaining tooth structure. So your crown should reduce the stresses, and the stresses that will be created should be favorably distributed within the remaining natural tooth structure. Let's see the various treatment options for your endodontically treated teeth. Say you have an anterior tooth, say this situation, okay. If the coronal tooth structure is intact except for the prepared access opening, okay, then you can go for a composite restoration in the access cavity. Okay, this can be advocated when there is no discoloration. Say there is less than 25% of coronal tooth structure that is damaged. In such situations, you will go for a complete coverage crown. Say the amount of tooth structure that is being damaged is more than 25%. Then you go for a post and a core with a crown. And now let's see the treatment option for your posterior teeth. If there is less than 50% of coronal tooth structure that is damaged, then you can go for a core and then you give a crown. If the amount of tooth structure loss or damage is more than 50%, then you go for a post, core and a crown. This is an example of a situation where you can go for a core buildup and followed by a crown. You can see this endodontically treated tooth. This is how the endodontically treated tooth will look like. You can see the gutta percha in the orifice. Please make sure whenever you are treating an endodontically treated teeth, the root canal fill material, that is your gutta percha, should be sheared until the orifice. Okay, and after this region, only the core material should be present. Okay.